Okay, so we've got all kinds of weird stuff here, and it doesn't all make any sense just yet. But basically, think of a website, right? Any website you've ever seen. They all have sort of the same header and the same footer, right? So if you go, to, for instance, my website, it has this header at the top, it has these links. At the bottom, it has this footer with the same stuff. And basically every page on my website, on any web page or on any website, has that same layout. It has the same stuff at the bottom, it has the same stuff at the top, almost always, right? So it makes sense to break those things off into their own file and then kind of pull them into each web page. Instead of putting, like, for instance, the nav bar on the top of every single web page you might have 10,000 web pages. That's a lot of nav bar code. If you want to change that code, add a new link, you would then have to go to each of those 10,000 pages and change the link on each of those nav bars. And that's just nuts. Instead, we want one file that has our nav bar, and we make a change on that thing and it gets reflected on all 10,000 of our other pages, or however many. So that's sort of what this structure is we just created, right? So you have this layouts directory and you have this views directory. Views are web pages. Layouts are templates, right? So inside of our layouts directory, we have this main handlebar file. This is going to be our main template. It's going to have the stuff that we want on every page of our website. So I'm going to go back to our public index.html, and I'm just going to copy all of this and then head over to the main handlebar, and I'm just going to paste it in. Now, the program now will pull every individual web page that we have into this file, and it will output it where we say. And where I want it to output all of our web pages is right here. So to do that, we just go 1, 2, 3, and then a closing 1, 2, 3, squiggly brackets, and just type body. So let's save this, and this will be a little bit more apparent in just a second. Next, let's go to this home.handlebars page, and this is going to be our actual web page. So let's go, this is my handlebars web, let's call it homepage, h1, right? So if we save this, now what's going on here is this is our layout, our template file right here. And this body is going to pull from right here. It's going to pull everything in this file, in this home.handlebars file. It's going to pull it in and output it on the screen right where this body tag is. So just like that, for instance, right? But it's going to do it all automatically in the background. So that's kind of cool. So now if we save that, let's go back to our index.js. And we've got our route set up. That should just work now. So let's head back to our app here, and we're on our index page. Let's click reload, and boom, this is my handlebars homepage. Now that is our new homepage. Now if we go to our index.html, the static thing is still listed there. If we go to about.html, that is still listed there. But if we just go to the root URL, it redirects to our handlebar homepage, which is what we want. So now, from now on this handlebar homepage, we can create dynamic content. We can do all kinds of cool things. So that's all you have to do to sort of set up handlebars. In the future, if you want to create another page, you'll just put it in views. Just create a new file, call it whatever you want. If we wanted to create an about page, we would call it about.handle instead of home.handle, or we would call it about.handlebars instead of, home.handlebars. And then we would have to create a route for it down here, and we'll look at all this stuff later on. But that's all there is to it to start using handlebars. Now, in the next video, I'll show you why this is so very, very cool. We'll pass some data in from the back end to the front end using the handlebars, and that'll be fun, and that'll be in the next video.